Fuck!
You tried so hard. Oh no.
I tried so hard to be broken, but like wrestling doesn't want me to be broken, even though it's so bad right now.
You are obsolete to this channel.
I've had a premonition. The Universal title will look like garbage. Fitting for one Finn Balor. And the women's division will have undeserved respect.
Just like the takeover, known as the respect.
I am broken!
So, if you're wondering where he's been for centuries, wrestling made him broken. So he's been spending his life in Matt Hardy's broken chamber, and now he's Broken King.
I'm the Broken King.
So, work with it. It's been so long since we've been here together. It's kind of odd. It's an odd feeling. Let's see. What are we here to talk about today? Well, first of all, the one guy that I mentioned in the last video, still waiting on the 5-star match video, whatever. Next week.
To prove,
I promise you.
To prove that Sami Zayn
versus Kevin Owens was not
a 5-star
4.5 or whatever he was.
I don't find it I don't find it even a 4-star match. Honestly,
Not at all.
I found it at best like a 3-star match.
Yes, it's overrated as
fairly
shit.
Average to me at least.
Raw sucked last night, so we're not gonna talk about that. In fact, I think Raw been the worst Raw ever because I was checking 401 Mania and even all the smarks on there agree it was terrible.
No, I thought it was like. No, actually, it was worse than last week's.
Oh, it was the worst Raw of all time.
It was worse than last week's.
So, I'm not doing a video about that. Today, we're here to talk about one subject. And that subject is the women's division in the WWE.
My premonition. Undeserved respect entitled to the women's division. It is not deserved. And we shall explain to you mules why. I have a good Broken Man impression.
Yeah, that was pretty on point. I didn't expect it to be that on point, but you just went all out there. So
I'm a Broken King now. Let's go.
Where do we start out with this women's division? Okay, so a couple years ago, everyone wanted this women's division to be wrestling.
I did.
Why? I don't know. I don't know why we wanted this. It's like
we just wanted women to stop being like fucking useless.
It wasn't that we wanted to see them start wrestling. What it was is we just wanted them to be like actually taken seriously.
We just wanted them to be something in wrestling, not just like useless boobs being flapped around.
Like back when Mickie James was feuding with like Trish Stratus and those good feuds. But like
we wanted to go back to those days. I miss the days of Trish versus Lita.
Yes, that was also good. So
oh my God.
We finally got that back in 2015, except it's okay. Here's the problem here. The problem is it's not the women who are being pushed. It's NXT that's being pushed.
When you think about it, the women's revolution started in NXT.
Yes.
And when the women's division tried to go over to the main roster, it completely flopped, and it ended up being a huge disappointment to everyone who was so excited for this women's division to come to the main roster. The only thing that stayed hyped was NXT, no Mojo Rally bullshit. It was actual hype for NXT. The women's revolution might have started in NXT, but it ended as soon as they went out of NXT to the main roster.
And the sad thing is now there's not even a women's revolution in NXT anymore. Who do you have? Bayley, Asuka, Billie Kay, Mandy Leon? I don't fucking know. Like, nobody gives a shit about any of the women in NXT anymore. You care about 2 women, and 2 of them are undeserving of it anyway. So, what does it matter? Even though Bayley is the most over, I don't understand why. I'll never understand why.
Bayley is Bayley. I think it's the Hulk Hogan-like sort of persona of her, because she is the, like, definition of a babyface, even though they tried to make her serious last week, which didn't exactly work for me, but, you know, whatever.
Is that the gimmick they're going with now?
They're going with Bayley losing to Asuka really, like, fucked her up to the point where she has to get serious about it now.
But she's been in character for the past 3 months as a hugger.
It doesn't fucking matter.
What?
But he doesn't watch NXT, so he doesn't fucking know anything right
NXT
now.
Is obsolete to me. Fuck NXT. Okay. So, when the NXT woman got called up, it was Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks, correct?
Everybody but Bayley. Every one of the horsewomen but Bayley.
Okay. And they did that at SummerSlam. This started last year. Holy shit.
Yeah, it started a whole year.
Oh my fucking god. We really came far. So, they did this shit where it was
We
Team
really
Bella.
come far of disappointing shit.
It was Team Bella versus Team PCB.
Oh
versus
my god.
Team Angry
Paige,
Black
Charlotte,
Woman.
and then Becky, I remember.
Yes.
It was PCB.
Because they were the submission sorority or whatever, but then they found out that was really a porn video. So they changed it. Because they're fucking dumbasses. So, they had this match. And you know what the issue is? The issue is that in NXT, they planned for these matches daily. Daily. Day by day, they plan exactly how these matches are going to go, what's going to happen, each move after each move. And WWE, they just get thrown out there, and they say, do something.
There's nothing planned. There's absolutely, like, okay, you can argue that there's some little things planned, but compared to what NXT did for actually planning the future out for each one of these women, it's absolutely nothing compared to what the main roster does for not just women, but everybody in general in that roster nowadays. Because all they do is just gather them up, like, okay, guys, gather around the locker room, all right? So, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder is gonna face these two, and then fucking Rusev is pissed at Roman Reigns, so he's gonna fucking get in a match with Cesaro somehow. All right, there we go. Have a good night.
Yeah, and that's exactly how the woman booking is. And keep note, at this time, Nikki Bella has not defended the championship in more than a month. So, that's already problem number one. Problem number one is when the title is treated less important than anything else. Because I don't care how popular these NXT call-ups are, they should not deprive SummerSlam of a Divas title match. If the title really meant something, this should have been defended at that pay-per-view. I don't care if it was Sasha's debut. I don't care if it was Becky's debut. I don't care if it was Charlotte's debut. The title means everything in a division. I don't care what division it is. Cruiserweight division, heavyweight division, X division.
You have to have a reason for people to be wrestling. You have to have a reason for people to even be there. And that reason is the title.
Why were those three teams fighting each other? Why?
Because of the fucking title. It should have been... I don't know.
It wasn't because of the title, though. It was to prove team
It
supremacy.
should have been. Supremacy doesn't mean shit. Alright? I said this with fucking New Day versus who the fuck was it? The fucking League of Nations during WrestleMania.
Don't even remind me.
Supremacy doesn't fucking matter because of the fact that the only point to even be wrestling is to be at the top. How do you get at the top? By winning the fucking title of whatever division you're a part of.
In that match, they did not even go for the championships. They won, but the titles were not on the line. So what was the point of them winning?
Supremacy. Supremacy is obsolete. Supremacy should be deleted.
Please keep this as a running gig in all the future videos.
I fucking will.
So-
I am now Broken King from now on. Until, give me a day where wrestling stops being shit, and I will be unbroken.
Oh, yeah, so this is gonna last a lifetime. Okay, so
I will retire with this gimmick.
So, immediately after SummerSlam, Charlotte got pushed into the title feud. And she beat Nikki Bella for the championship. Okay. So, every pay-per-view match after Charlotte Flair won. Charlotte. 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 She's been in every single fucking pay-per-view match.
Charlotte has become a cancer to all of women's wrestling, and she had been the head of that women's division for way too long. She must be deleted! Delete! Delete!
The issue is, okay. The point of the women's revolution was to make every woman relevant. That was the point. That's what we all wanted here. We wanted every woman to be involved in something, and we wanted every woman to have a breakout character and be their own and show why they are there. Instead, what we got is we got Charlotte Flair absolutely just demolishing the whole division one by one. She was involved in everything revolved around the title for the past year has had Charlotte Flair in it. Find me one match on pay-per-view where the title was not involved in her pay-per-view match. It was always there. She was always in the title picture for whatever reason. And because I don't know. She shouldn't even be in the women's division to begin with because she's a man. So that's already another problem in the making. But it's like, the goal is to push the other stars. How are you pushing any new woman by having Charlotte Flair go over all of them one by one by one? She beat Nikki.
How is this
She beat Becky.
How is this women's revolution going to get started by only putting over one person?
She beat
for
Paige.
Months
She beat Natalya.
on end.
She beat everybody. Almost every single person. You know who she didn't beat? She didn't beat Sasha Banks. Actually, did she beat Sasha Banks? Did she pin her at WrestleMania?
I don't know.
No, she pinned Becky.
Yeah,
at
she
Mania.
pinned Becky.
Because Becky's a fucking jobber. Okay. So, okay.
Becky Balboa, baby.
I lost to Natalya Battleground, but I want to SmackDown, baby. Fuck off.
Fucking Becky is hilarious.
Someone tried to
in
argue
that.
with me that too. Someone was all like, "Oh, Becky Lynch got pushed because she won on SmackDown."
Becky will never be pushed.
I
What
don't
the
care
fuck is
what-
everybody saying?
Where has Becky been pushed at? She's lost everything. Oh, she beat Natalya on SmackDown. She lost at the pay-per-view before that to Natalya.
Okay, by wrestling, not just by WWE logic, but by wrestling logic in general, pay-per-view wins are the ones that matter.
Yes.
Having a win on a show that goes on weekly doesn't
Nobody's
really
gonna remember
fucking
that.
mean shit.
And nobody's gonna go back and say, "I want to watch that SmackDown from July 19th." No,
Who the
people are
fuck-
gonna say, "I want to watch Battleground from 2016," and they'll see Natalya absolutely killing Becky Lynch. Way to make her look over. So, and then to help this, Becky Lynch has been the victim of a gullible since day one. Paige betrayed her and she didn't see it coming. Charlotte betrayed her and she didn't see it coming. Natalya betrayed her and she didn't see it coming. Sasha betrayed her and she didn't see it coming.
So basically, your reason for Becky not going over is because she's basically a dumbass?
Yes, their reason for Becky Lynch not succeeding is because she turned on by everybody and she loses every single match. And I get this is storyline, but from storyline point, how is Becky Lynch a good female wrestler if she gets turned on by every single person and never sees it coming and she loses every single match? How is she good? What feud has Becky Lynch gone over in?
Her trust issue is that she doesn't have trust issues. She has too much trust for everyone.
Yes. And they act like this is a good trait. No, it's not a good trait. Especially when you come off looking like a fucking jobber. John Cena has a let me like everybody fucking attitude. He wins. So how is Becky Lynch getting helped by this? So back to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is the Gail Kim of the women's division.
Ah! Oh my god.
Because she will not let anybody go over her. Except one person. And that one person is Sasha Banks. Do you know why this does not help? When was Sasha Banks on TV? What did she do before beating Charlotte Flair to win the championship? I remember she had that one match against Team Bad with Becky Lynch.
I don't even remember that.
That was at the Fastlane pay-per-view there, John.
I don't remember.
You know why? Because it was on Fastlane.
I don't remember shit of what Sasha Banks, oh my god.
Do you know why Mickie James was so popular? Because they built her up. How
They focused on her.
How did you build Sasha Banks up? You kept her off TV for months, and then when she came back, you said, "Oh, Sasha, Charlotte, they have history there, John," and you threw her into the title picture, and she won the championship.
The same fucking thing you did with Finn Balor.
Except Finn Balor did not win the championship.
Except Finn
He's
Balor-
main eventing SummerSlam, which is even worse.
Except Finn Balor doesn't even have history on Raw. Sasha Banks had a little bit of history.
Yes, she's been there for a while.
She had a little bit of history with PCB and all this bullshit and being part of Team Bad, being the leader of Team Bad, really. But fucking with Finn Balor, it just comes straight out of left field. Like, this dude debuts and apparently wins both Fatal 4-Way, like one Fatal 4-Way match, and then beats Roman Reigns.
And don't tell me it's because Sasha's talented and she deserves it. Okay, first of all, if she's talented, you should watch her build her way up to show you that she's talented. I should be watching Raw and know that she's talented.
I don't want people to get shit twisted while we're saying these things, alright? We're not saying that Sasha doesn't have talent.
She
because
does.
she has way more talent than every single other women in this entire division.
Yes.
But that doesn't excuse the fact that you have to prove that she's talented by getting her over And how do you get her over? By having her consistently beat people to show that she should be at the top.
If they can do it with Nia Jax, why could they not do it with Sasha Banks? That's my one question to you. What was preventing Sasha Banks from doing exactly what Nia Jax is doing right now? What was preventing her? Because no, we wanted to keep her off TV to keep suspense. That doesn't keep suspense. When you bring her back, someone says, why the fuck is she back? And then they challenge for the championship and she just wins. So, automatically, the whole problem with the women's division is it's focused around 3 women. Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Paige. And Charlotte Flair. Paige is sometimes involved, but let's face it. The truth is, that's not what the women's revolution should be about. It should be about showcasing each one of the women. TNA isn't the greatest show on the planet Earth, but at least when they build knockouts up, they build up multiple knockouts at the same time.
Like what they're doing with Allie right now.
Yes.
That is a prime
Don't
example.
go too far into spoilers.
I won't.
Okay.
But at the same time, what I'm thinking is of what they're doing with Allie is that they're actually doing something right.
Because they are teasing the face turn slowly against Maria and Sienna, and that's already 3 women involved who have purpose in the storyline. You have Gail Kim trying to fight her way to get the championship, which everybody's mad about because she's burying the whole division again, but whatever. Really, it's Gail Kim. What do you expect at this point? So it's like multiple knockouts are getting you. The Madison Rain turn that happened a couple weeks ago. I completely forgot about that.
I don't even fucking know about that.
Oh, she turned, and she's a heel now. But she lost to Gail Kim anyway.
Whatever,
so
it's Madison Rain.
Yeah,
like,
kids of
who
shit.
the fuck cares?
So, it's like, point at the end of the day. The women's revolution needed to be about building up the woman. And that's not what we get. Instead, we get women shoved down our throats that we are told are talented to make us believe they are talented because they don't show us on Raw that they're talented when they should be. But they have the announcer scream at you, oh, she's great. She's a great athlete. You should cheer her. Why should we cheer her? Make her character give us a reason to cheer her. Don't just tell us, oh, you should cheer her because of her days on NXT. Because guess what? Only 1 million people watch NXT. Raw is watched by over 3 million people weekly.
A quarter of
Yes.
the WWE fan base watch NXT, alright? And, like, I don't care what the fuck people say, alright? It only, like, do the fucking math. Only a quarter of people that would watch something on cable television is only going, like, only a quarter of those people are going to buy the WWE Network and watch NXT. And sometimes even the people who have WWE Network don't even watch NXT. So, like, what the fuck?
And, like, if any of you try to say that they're doing anything right with the Divas division, or the women's division there, John, they're women now.
They're women now. So now it matters.
Alicia Fox, Summer Rae, Paige, Rosa Mendez.
The Divas
Rosa Mendez.
are obsolete. They must be called women now. They deserve respect.
Respect. Summer Rae, I said Summer Rae already. Lana, I get. Oh, Lana's involved. She doesn't wrestle, but she's involved,
No.
I guess. Whatever, she's involved.
I love how everybody at some point wanted, like, Lana to wrestle someone.
Yeah.
And it was, like, sort of teased with the whole, like, Summer Rae bullshit.
And they did it at
But
WrestleMania, and she did that one kick, and it was okay.
But it was just a kick.
Yeah.
It was a spot.
It was
wasn't
fine.
a wrestling match. It was a spot.
It was stupid in the end. It was like, why did you bother building her up if you weren't going to make her wrestle? What was the point? Whatever. Just think about how many women there are on the roster that could be getting used right now. You know why they're not getting used? Because it's not about the women's revolution. It's about the NXT revolution. That's why only the NXT women are getting pushed. And the women are just pushed aside. If the women were really cared about, you would see Naomi and Tamina getting pushed. Guess what, though? They're not getting pushed. So, what can you say? Here's the main point of all of it. The main point of all of it is smarks on the internet have changed the way women's wrestling is. And they can't admit it. Like, they think to themselves, like, you know what? I'm glad to see in 2016 the fans really tune in to see real women wrestle in very technical and classic matchups that go on for 20 hours and mean everything in the world, even though they have no storyline and nobody's invested in either person. Okay, let me drop this one on you, and you smarks are probably going to have a heart attack. What was the match on Raw past week? Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooke?
Yeah.
Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooke got probably about 40,000 views on YouTube.
Actually, it was only
Was it less than that?
it was only a segment where like Charlotte was talking, going blabber blabber, and then all of a sudden Sasha comes out.
I thought they had a match though.
They were no, I don't think they had.
Well,
a match.
they had a match where they decided.
I think they were
SummerSlam
just
to be
like
a handicap match. I thought.
I don't know. All I know is that like Dana Brooks gets involved, even though earlier in the night Charlotte was like bitching at Dana Brooks about how she was useless.
Oh no, that was last night. I'm talking about the week before that.
Okay, the week before.
Yes.
Yeah, then never mind. It was
Okay.
Sasha versus Dana.
No, fuck last night. We don't discuss last night here.
Never mind.
Last night's Raw was bullshit.
That was
so. Sasha versus Dana. I guarantee you it only got probably about 40,000 views on YouTube. Eva Marie's wardrobe malfunction. They posted the video on YouTube of the malfunction. 3.5 million views. 3.5 million. Million.
Do you see why I am broken?
Do you understand why this is?
What the fuck?
It's not because they're doing
Boobs.
it because they want to see boobs.
Boobs gets more
Actually,
views
no,
than
that
the
is
women's
exactly why it's
revolution.
doing it.
Than why you were you requested this
Yes.
women's revolution, and so a video with boobs gets more views than this women's revolution you're all praising.
You know why? It's because that's exactly why men watch wrestling. Men don't watch women's wrestling, I should say. They don't watch women's wrestling to see a very technical bout between Bayley and Sasha Banks. They watch it to see boobs and ass. That's why men watch women's wrestling. That's why Eva Marie's wardrobe malfunction on SmackDown has 3.5 million views. It's not because Eva Marie's involved, I guarantee you that. Nobody's gonna click on an Eva Marie video to see Eva Marie wrestle. Unless if it's like the funniest botch video on planet Earth.
Pretty much. That would be the only reason you'd ever watch anything with Eva Marie's name slapped on it.
And this is also a thing I didn't tell you about, but this is legit a thing and it's actually happening. For any of you out there who are complaining that Eva Marie won't wrestle and she keeps finding excuses not to wrestle and your bitch heard about it, do you understand it is the storyline? This is not real. Eva Marie's wardrobe malfunction never happened. It's fake.
It's just a classic heel tactic.
It's a
all right?
storyline.
It's story.
No,
all right?
people don't-
It's more story than what we're fucking getting on Raw.
No, but people go online and they say, well, Eva is so terrible. She won't wrestle if her life depended on it.
Hey, okay.
What's it gonna take for this woman to get into the ring?
I know a lot of people will fucking hate me for saying this, but this whole Eva Marie thing is a better storyline than what we're getting with Sasha, Charlotte, and Dana.
It is. It is. It's exactly what it is. You know why Sasha and Charlotte are feuding? Because they're two great women. Great. Even though one of them is a heel. You're supposed to hate her. But these days in wrestling, smarks are just like, can that woman wrestle? Can she? No! That's not what wrestling is. You're supposed to hate people for reasons and love people for other reasons. You hate Eva Marie because she fucking sucks in the ring and her character is supposed to be a scaredy-ass bitch. So you hate her for this. And then you complain about how she's getting pushed. Yet you people are contributing to it by watching her videos. You hating on Eva Marie is what fuels them to do this. If you would give no reaction to her, she wouldn't be pushed just like Tamana isn't. I don't understand how hard it is. Basically, you all killed women's wrestling. For everybody. It would have been fine if it was like 10-minute matches. Maybe like 7-minute matches. Like what they were doing. I liked the strategy before, other than the fact that they didn't build up any stories. I liked the strategy where on Raw they had like 2-minute matches. But then on the pay-per-view they had like 10-minute matches at most. I like that. That's fine. Pay-per-views, whatever. Don't have these women go out on pay-per-view and have 25-minute matches at WrestleMania and make me act like they're part of the main event scene when nobody in the crowd is watching to see them.
Especially when you have nothing to attach to it.
Yes.
To give anything to have a reason for it. Like WWE doesn't even give these women a reason to go on for as long as they do. They just send them out there going like, okay, so you're going to have like a 10-minute match and before that you're going to have like a 5-minute promo. So, but like they don't even give them any ideas for what to do. So I'm pretty sure that these women are just like lost puppies going like, what the fuck do we do? Okay, I'm going to spitch some shit about what I talked about last week. And then you're going to come out and interrupt me. And then we're just going to drone this out for the next 10 minutes. We're just going to wrestle for like 10 to 15 minutes to fill in the gap that they wanted us to.
And then on pay-per-views like WrestleMania, when they have this long wrestling classic, they have Michael Cole screaming, "Oh, look at this great action going on! Look at this great match! Aren't you greatest to be a part of history? And this is a WrestleMania moment there, John!" I shouldn't have to be told if something is great. I should be able to judge for myself if something is good or not. I shouldn't have to have Michael Cole shoving a dick on my ass telling me that it's great 24/7.
That's what I hate about it. Like, that's one of the many things everybody hates about Michael Cole, is because he's just like, what a moment! This is a moment!
This is a WrestleMania moment there, John! Look at it!
I don't need to be told that this is a moment. I need to live this moment.
Like, when Stone Cold comes out and, like, kills somebody on pay-per-view, I know that's a WrestleMania moment. Like, imagine if he came out with, like, a shotgun and, like, shot somebody, and Michael Cole was just screaming, "This is a WrestleMania moment there!" It would kill everything about it. So, basically, the women's division, they need to restart it again. They need to build up everybody rather than just the NXT people. They need to start paying attention to storyline. They need to start focusing on other things other than wrestling, like make them look good for once. I get tired of seeing Becky Lynch, and I get tired of seeing Charlotte Man Flair and Picky Brooke. They're all ugly. They're all hideous. Men don't watch wrestling to see wrestling. They watch it to see boobs, tits, and badasses. That's what wrestling is. I'm done. Goodbye.
My premonition is becoming true. Undeserved respect given to these women that do not deserve it. Becky Lynch does not deserve this respect. Charlotte does not deserve respect of any kind for such an obsolete mule. Women are dying. Delete!